It's been a week since I finally watched this movie and I'm still not gonna do my King Kong expression like what I did in the thumbnail.
Like we used to do.
Kong Skull Island is a King Kong movie made by Warner Bros. And Legendary Pictures, and it's another one of those King Kong movies which is not a ripoff, or I say a reboot I guess, but it's another franchise that's starting again, and this time we got some cool cast in this movie. Now, this movie takes place somewhere in the 1970s when scientists discovered that there's actually a secret island somewhere around the planet, around the Earth. And this island, they call it is Skull Island, where it's an undiscovered island. So the scientists hired these kind of group of photographers, and they also hired some soldiers from Vietnam, and now they're on a mission where they're about to go to this place called Skull Island. Until then, they end up meeting King Kong as they got stranded at that island trying to escape and survive. And the bad thing about it is that they're about to meet some of the worst creatures that they have ever met in their life. There are some creatures that are very worse, and as well King Kong. But sometimes they start thinking whether King Kong is trustable or not, whether they try to get connected with King Kong as they try to survive in the island against those scary creatures. Now, actually, I was watching this movie in IMAX 3D as well, and I finally loved seeing this movie in IMAX finally, and it's kind of a cool thing. From the beginning part of the movie, it's already going to be a fun part of the movie, and as well it shows some great scenes. It shows a scene on what happens in the beginning. It takes somewhere in World War, but now it's the 70s, and now you know what, we're on a mission, we got these things and that. Like the beginning, it looks great and that. And then as they go to the scene where King Kong first appear, King Kong was like, it was very rude, it was very violent and that, and yeah, King Kong got mad at that. Like, it's gonna be an epic movie. And as we get into the middle scene, probably like 1 to 1.5 hour of the movie, and this scene's like throughout, like there are some creatures happening, and then there's some people who are stuck, but sometimes like the storyline doesn't get the point right, in my opinion, because there's some creatures that just had to appear, there's some people who had to die, some people who had to live, like that. I don't mean to spoil anything, I don't mean to spoil. And as we get to the ending got me confused whether they're gonna survive or not. But as well, we get a good shot of King Kong as lead. I don't want to spoil anything about this movie. I just want to talk about what's good about this movie. Now, there are some characters that I had to do research again. I know the actors of this movie, but I must try to remember the character names of it. Alright, let's get going. Tom Hiddleston, James Conrad, he's basically this photographer or this hunter or whatever we call it, but basically he's a cool person to me. Yeah, he sounds like an awesome guy to me. Samuel L. Jackson, this guy with the pistol, and he's also known as Preston Packer, who's basically the leader of the Vietnamese soldier, a military base, but as they go to King Kong, he got pissed off, but you know what? He wants to kill King Kong, so basically could be the good to the bad version of Nick Fury. Brie Larson, Mason Weaver. As well, Mason is a boy's name, but they would be called Weaver. I mean, everyone's name in the characters, they're only called by their last name. So basically, if you want to talk about Brie Larson's character, it's basically Weaver. Yeah, she's a nice person, she's a photographer, and sometimes she's like warm-hearted and that, especially trying to make a connection with King Kong and that, as she's a girl and that. John C. Reilly, which is basically this guy named Hank Marlowe. Yes, that's his name, Hank Marlowe, and basically, his character is kind of a guy who's basically stranded for like over months in the island for over like 2 to 3 decades or whatever it is, and he still looks like a funny character and that, but we've probably seen what he looked like before that in the beginning of the movie. John Goodman, Bill Randa, he's basically the scientist who basically wants to say that this Skull Island exists, and yeah, I find John Randa a good character, he's a fine character, he's an okay character, so nothing bad about this character. Tian Jing from the Great Wall, also known as Sand in this movie, and she's also another photographer, which she had to appear for some reason, but yeah, she's also a cool person, so she's okay as she is in the movie. Toby Kebbell, yes, he's in this movie as well, and I like about him that he plays this guy named Jack Chapman, which is basically, he's a nice person. He's basically soldiers like, oh my god, something's gonna happen and that, but tragic thing happened. You know, he would actually like write notes and that, something like that. To be honest, he also voiced Kong, just so you know. He also voiced Kong. There are also some soldiers that are hilarious in this movie. Let's say Jason Mitchell. He basically voiced as this guy named Willis, and he's basically one of those black soldiers, but he's basically one of those funny characters, those funny guys and that. And this is one of my favorites, of the funniest of them all. It's basically Cole. He's basically serious, hilarious at the same time, but sometimes his character gets a little bit drunk and that, so I don't know how I'm going to mention this guy, but from that picture, he looks like an awesome person to me. He likes a cool soldier, but I don't know what's with this character. Now, but the scenes, this actually is a PG-13 movie, which you get 2 hours of great scenes. It's actually 119 minutes of this movie, but I find the scenes great. The visuals of this movie is good. I like how they portray King Kong in this movie, and as I watch in IMAX 3D, the 3D look works great for me. I really enjoyed everything about this movie as I see this in IMAX 3D. Not just that, I also like the visual. I like the storyline as well. The storyline's kind of great, but there are some great things happening in this movie. So, like, you get these creatures, you get these, like, a spider with these, with this kind of cane legs and that, and then you also get those kind of like a squid-like, tentacle-like octopus creature, and then you get those lizards who only had like 2 arms and that, and basically that's just like, wow, this Skull Island's it's just wow, it's just very awesome to me. And the visuals are also great about this movie, but there are also some violent things happening, like the scene where Kong attack, and then where some deaths happening, and yeah, also some of the creatures are just, okay, they're very good, they're very great, that makes this movie violent. And there are almost a lot of cursing in this movie. There are many of this cursing in the movie. There are some F words were mentioned in this movie, which almost get the movie to an R-rated movie, which makes it more violent than how I watched Logan. But throughout the movie, it actually looks fine to me. The score also works good for this movie. The score was made by Henry Jackman, who did some of the Captain America movies, and The Fifth Wave, which I haven't watched that movie yet. I'm not done with that. But this score looks great. The score works perfect for the movie. It catches the tone. It tries to make sure that it fits in the right spot, and I like about the score. Basically, the score looks great. It looks epic, and it also looks glorious. But sometimes the scene of the movie doesn't work well for me. I have to say this, but Kong Skull Island is one of the best King Kong movie we'll ever see. And since I saw this movie in IMAX 3D, it is basically a phenomenal, epic experience in IMAX 3D. Yes, I saw this movie in IMAX. But the best part of watching in IMAX 3D is basically you get the IMAX countdown in the Kong Skull Island version. And not just that, I also got my preview on Dunkirk, which is actually amazing. I saw the preview, and it looks awesome for me. I can't wait to see Dunkirk as well. But yeah, that was my review on Kong Skull Island. I'm probably not going to see Beauty and the Beast, but I'm still waiting to see Life and also Power Rangers. Well, Switchbot. Yeah, there you go. Probably gonna see both of these movies. I mean, Life is rated R, but I'm allowed to see this movie. So yeah, that was my review on Kong Skull Island. Have you seen this movie? If you haven't seen this movie, go ahead and see this movie. Tell me if you're gonna see this movie, and if you've seen the movie, tell me what you think of it in the comments below. So that was my review on Kong Skull Island. Here's the outro. That is all for this video. If you do enjoy this video, give it a like. That would be very helpful. And in the description, you'll find 2 links where you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Google+. I appreciate you guys for watching this, and I'll see you another time. Bye-bye.